Stop, Shook. Go sit down. Sit down. You can't get up here with me. I've got to get some. Hey, family. Trying to figure out some stuff. Good morning. Good morning, family. Okay. I'm in the room. Let me see who's in here. Stephanie Paul, Blessed Baby, Lisa, Taylor, Mary, Lati Lala, TK, Lorraine, Summer, Corinne, 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 Marcia, Sharice, Queena, Regina, Tina, Natalie, Lily. Good morning, Lily. Haven't seen you around. Good morning. T-Star, Monique Hall, Gloria Bates. Hello again. Shonda, Karma Coded. Valley is in the house. How you doing, Valley? Jessica, Nikita, Diane, Marcia, Eva, Anita B is in the house. Abigail, Val, Tina Powers, Adrienne, Shelley, Tamika, Libby Pounds, Jeanette Hines is in the house. Hey, Jeanette, how you doing? Sharon Simpson, BJ Queen. See, I'm not the only one. When I be trying to say good morning, and you always, it don't matter. When I be putting good morning or whatever, I'll hit that I and not even look at it. And then it'd say gold, like go, gold ID or morning. But I know what you do, girl. BJ, I got you. Yeah. Freddie always be laughing at me talking about you spell good, Goid. It's a girl. If you don't stop. I just nobody don't pay attention to that. They just keep on moving. Abigail, Shamika, Tasha, Jocelyn, Lily, Purple and Gold, Sharon Wright. It's 4 more minutes. Dawn, how you doing? She said, you did your thing. I'm proud to be a part of this family. Well, good. We did our thing because it's a group thing. Trust and believe. You guys don't know how much it's a group effort for us to, like right now, we're working on some other one. Let me turn on this light. It's a little dark. I'll take you guys with me. I'll take you there. Oh, Lord. Yeah, it's a little dark. I should have shut the door too. Hold on. I shut the door because my husband he's trying to sleep. He's still kind of a little bit, um, you guys know, he's not feeling too well. Hey, my Missy, Miss Evie, Elisa, Tamika, Tamara, Karen, Curlin, Barbara, Tricia, 419 Chicks, Yip Yip, Apologetic Me, Rebecca, Dorcinda, Denana, Day. How do you say your name? Danae. Lisa Calhoun, Dominique. Okay. Ruby Turner. Freda's in the house. How you doing? Oh, yes. It's 109 in the house. Salam. Bonita, Alice, Evie, Nicole, and T-Star. Big girl in the house. So make sure you guys hit the thumbs up as you come in. Demetria, Veronica V, lovely channel, Margie. Make sure you guys go to Nora's Authentic Designer Handbags. Make sure we put the link in the chat for Nora's Authentic Handbags. Is www.tracy.closet.noors915. Well, it's slash. I forget it. I don't see it. Maybe I need to go up. Maybe I passed it because I need Nora's Authentic Designer Handbag in there. Tracy, you guys, we got to shout her out. Okay, let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, my phone is lopsided. Let me turn it around first. Hey, this is SP.
SP, good morning. It's Paula. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I just wanted to call in and say hello to you and all the family. I kind of picked up on your site through the King Hill case. I live in the Philadelphia area, and I've been a fan, a family member fan ever since. I look forward to and I'm laid off, so I'm home, so that's why I'm always able to come on and kind of listen to the lives and stuff. But wow, I was very surprised by Trayvon's, stepmother and stepfather. They seem like really decent people. Some people I did read were saying, well, they knew about this. You could just tell that they were decent people. I mean, just by the way that they spoke, they weren't like ratchet or anything like that. You know what I mean? They weren't like obnoxious.
Right.
I was just really surprised. I feel bad for them. And I definitely, the guy seemed like a really nice guy.
Right, yeah. He
But,
was. It seemed like he was just trying to help out with filling in some of the gaps that we didn't know.
right, right. And I mean, again, if you see something, say something, people say, but you know what? It's kind of, you see people and you're like, you know how they are. You suspect, oh, maybe that, they don't do right by their kids. I mean, nobody probably thought that the child was being beat the way that she was being beat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially if they didn't see marks. But, I really think that they had good intentions with Trayvon.
Right. I do too. I believe that they had good intentions, especially someone had said something about the mom, the stepmother probably having relationships with Trayvon, and I'm like, I didn't feel that, see that, or hear that, or anything. I don't know where they got that from. Sometimes things come out of people's mouth because of something that they're used to.
Exactly. No, I don't think I wouldn't think that at all. I definitely think that was like a mother, like her loving him like a mother.
Yeah, I think she wanted to be there for somebody, especially she didn't have any kids.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have a 20-year-old son, and I go crazy over little kids. Because you just miss that. You know what I mean? And I have a child, so I can't imagine when you don't have a child. Especially somebody that needs help.
Right.
You know what I mean? She might have been the kind of person that you try to help somebody because you never know when you'll need help.
Right. Right.
But I'm just so proud of you. Quality. People see that you're not, about drama, mess. They're willing to give you these interviews. It speaks volumes.
Yeah, trust me, I'm so grateful that we getting them and how we getting them. It's like some, we have to put out a little bit more effort and time and patience, but we are getting the interviews and it's unbelievable, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. And exclusive interviews. You know what I mean? It's just not interviews, exclusive interviews.
Yes. I wish we can get some on we're working on a couple of them, and one of them is in the King Hill case. We're working on one, but people are scared, and I get it. I know that they're scared.
Well, I know, from where I used to live, Amber's grandmother lived in Frankfurt, and that's where, like, it's a neighborhood, and like they. Like the grandmother was like rough. The grandmother's old now, but they live like in another section and stuff. And they're like the kids have always been like wild, like you know what I mean. They've kind of fended for themselves for a long time.
Right.
So I think it's like a background of like, you know, she comes from, you know, whether there was drug use in the household and stuff, you know, but I don't know what to believe. Like with King, it's like, you know, you want to believe that he's alive, but then it's like, do you believe, you know, that the police are going to just say that, you know, he's got a, you know, there's no body, but he's deceased. Well, I would want to see something. Like I need shoes, something, you know, clothing, a finger. Like I mean, I just wouldn't believe it. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Well, and now that you brought up that subject, and I will say something to you right now. And I don't know if you know this, but Tiana may be getting out really soon.
No.
Yes, yes. First of all, anytime that she's gonna have, if she do have court, which we're saying there, it's looking like she's not gonna have a hearing. She's gonna have another preliminary hearing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they do not come up with evidence, she gets to go home or get a bond, and she gets to get out, because you have to have evidence, and the other party has to have a discovery. Okay.
Right.
If you're not showing nothing to show in the discovery, you and that's what's going on. And not only that, a lot of people in Philadelphia is like, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be sitting there. No, you have to be invited, and that's weird, but that's what we're hearing. That
Well, you know what? The courts just opened up back up in Philadelphia. How I know, believe it or not, my husband is a police officer. Doesn't serve in that area, and they actually just opened the courts. But normally, before COVID, you could just go and sit and listen.
right,
You know, they would say it's awkward, like you're sitting among somebody who, you know, hurts one of your family members. You're sitting with their family members, you know, in the same room. But
right,
and you know, my husband said like the King Hill, like the file is like closed up, like you can't access it, like he couldn't, you know, like type it in and look it up, because then they would come to him and say, well, why are you looking up this case? Do you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not working, you know. This is our livelihood. I'm like, don't, you know, I want to know. I'm newsy, but I don't want to know, you
you're
know.
right, right. Well,
But it's
we did
crazy
get some
though.
more information, and I'm just debating to put it out there in the public. I mean, it I'm debating to put it out there because I just, oh, it's just so, it's a lot. But
I know, but
we have the
it's
receipts
crazy. It
too.
does make you think, you know, like, was he sold? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, and I just feel like he was done wrong by everybody. You know, by the mother, you know, by Marv, you know, and you know, just like like the kid, the babysitter, he was done wrong by. Like God, like I would have took the little boy. You know what I mean? Like it's just so sad that these people are hurting these kids.
Well, I can tell you there is information that's out there that that it seems like the information that we just received, I think it was like last week or whatever, you know, it opens up a big can of worms, like you said. I mean, I know what they're saying, but the information that we received, and we had people checking it out. Um, I wish I could say more, but I've been. Matter of fact, yesterday, I I promised to you. Matter of fact, yesterday, me and the DA was on the phone hollering at each other.
Oh God.
Yeah, we were hollering at each other. We were literally hollering at each other, and I told her she's the worst, and I said she is the worst. That's how mad I was, and she was just so just. I just can't deal with the type of attitude that they have on this baby's case, and it just makes me sad. I'm just so happy that it's not my child, because uh my goodness, we just had it out yesterday. So I was a little angry yesterday when I came on. I wasn't myself. I just, you know, yeah.
But
Yeah.
and the proof is the police. and again, my husband is involved in law enforcement. My husband and I were held up a few years ago at gunpoint in front of my mother-in-law's house. And believe it or not, like they never caught the suspects or anything, and my husband is involved in law enforcement. So it just goes to show you sometimes people think that they always just look out for their type. Well, sometimes it's not. I mean, my husband is African American. I'm Caucasian. I don't know if that played a part in it. But the bottom line was nothing ever came out of it, and we were held up like they tried to carjack us.
Wow.
So, I can see your frustration with, like,
I am so frustrated. I'm so frustrated, and with your husband being a police officer. So I'm going to ask you this question, and you may be able to explain to me what had happened. So I'll give you a scenario so close to the actual story that you'll be able to give me the right answer if you have the answer. So we got a good tip. We had a very good tip on the King Hill case. Okay, I try to reach the detective, and the phone kept switching me to, like, I had to talk to like six different people, and then we finally got her or whatever. It just hangs up. The phone just hangs up. So I finally talked it to somebody else in homicide, and they was like, I said, well, could you give her the message? And so then they turn around and they say, well, she's on the other side or the other hall or something. And I'm like, are you serious? I said, this is very important. Can you have her call me? Well, I don't know. Well, we'll send you to 911. And so we'll get you to the highway patrol. And then I'm back to her. When I finally get to highway patrol, they said, we can't touch nothing. We can't go over there because this has to deal with the detective. And she's not answering the phone. Do you know what? That was last week. She just called me yesterday. She just called me yesterday.
And did she have a bad attitude, SP?
And
Like, could care less?
oh, she had an attitude like she can care less. And I think the reason why she had an attitude is because I quoted her on something that she actually said, and I think she was mad about it because she did say it, and I said, she didn't bring it up, but I think that's why she had an attitude because, she said something, and I quoted what she said. So, yeah, I told her she was the worst.
No, it is frustrating. I get that. But like I said, that's case in point to prove to you that it's just not always outside people. Like us, like, again, who's the detective? Who's handling our case? Like, they fingerprinted the car. There was like 5 or 6 kids that surrounded the car with my husband and I, and they all had guns. I didn't realize that he had a gun jammed to my husband's chest. And, they fingerprint, but nothing ever came out of it.
No.
And I said, to my husband, like, you wonder why people don't want to get involved, like, and my husband wants to make a difference, and, but my husband has experienced racism on the job, and I say to my husband, if you've encountered it, imagine how they treat others, minorities on the street when you're not around. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And again, it does exist. And I mean, and it's sad. And, I just feel like the world, with Trump, he's just brought out the worst in people. People can say whatever they want. They don't care. I don't think racism has ever gone away. I just think people were less likely to be, so outgoing with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's sad. I have a mixed son, and I worry about him. And I mean, we've even had to have a conversation with him about if he get pulled over, what to do. And my husband's, in law enforcement. But right. It's a fact because he looks Spanish or whatever, you have to say to him, hey, you get pulled over, this is what you have to do. That's terrible.
Right. And a lot of people, if they're not living it or they don't, you have to teach your child that because he's going to be faced with situations at times. You have to teach them that. But
absolutely.
People that never had to teach their sons that, never been in a mixed race relationship, don't have mixed kids or anything, they cannot relate. They think they can, but they cannot relate until it hits home. And that your child might be getting pulled over, or your grandchildren might get pulled over just because they're colored, and then things go south really quick.
Absolutely. And I've been blessed. Like, I've never personally had like a racial incident with someone, but not too long ago, one of my husband's cousins, like a distant cousin, like like literally, like came at me on Facebook and was like just saying all types of things. And I really, honestly, I don't know her, and everything was based on race. And I was like, me of all people, like I'm like the one that's always trying to push, for equal, for everybody, again. And I said to my husband, wow, like she judged me just based on the color of my skin. And my husband said, now do you see how black people feel? I said, wow, Don, it is such a messed up feeling
Yeah.
to be judged by just the color of your skin, like not knowing anybody who knows me in his family is like, no, Dawn, that's not you. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
but for her to just judge me, I thought, wow, that's an awful feeling, and I can't imagine judging somebody just by the way that they look, the color of their skin. But when my husband said that to me, I was like, wow. I said, I'm sorry. I
Right.
apologize, and it's nothing that I've done, but I just, on behalf of my race, I felt like, wow, I am so sorry, because it's a hurtful feeling.
Right. It is. It is. And, there's racism in the same race also. Whether you are dark skinned, light skinned, medium, mixed. Mixed get treated even better because they got a light complexion.
Yes, yes,
So
my
they even get
mother-in-law.
treated better than the darker ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, my mother-in-law jokes a lot. Just as a joke, my son and his best friend is mixed, and she's like, your son, we're not going to have to worry about getting a job because he's light. Now, his friend Carl's dark skin mixed. She's like, now, Carl, we're going to have to worry about.
Yeah.
Like, just joking around. But in reality, it's true, but she said that.
Yeah.
But it is, and it's just, it's sad. And like I said, for my husband, I worry now because I said, like, he gets it from everybody. Like, they hate the police, and they hate that he's a black cop, and he's trying to provide a living for his family. He's trying to make a difference. He tries to treat people with respect. You know what I mean? I've been poor. My husband's been poor. Like I always say, my son wouldn't know a hard time if it hit him in the head.
Right.
Thank God. Because we worked hard. We didn't go to college. Our son's in college. You try to do everything better for your children. But I always say, like, to my husband, it's like, we've worked so hard. People don't always see all the hard work that you put into all this.
Right. You're right.
But I say to him, I just so worry about him being on patrol anymore. I said, like, people just don't care about police, and it's always like a good cop that something happens to. It generally isn't the racist bastards, that something would happen to. They're the ones that skate, through life in their job, with awards and so forth.
Right.
And a good one is, the one that gets hurt or, overlooked for promotions and so forth.
Right. Right. You're right.
But I just wanted to tell you, I love you. You got love. I live, I'm born and raised in Philadelphia, but I live out in the suburbs now. But you got a definite family member, hearing me, and you come here, I'll take you out for a cheesesteak.
Okay.
And my husband knows it. He's like, oh God, it's ST. I hear ST on the podcast. He's like, what do you? I said, Don, I'm a warrior for children.
Yes.
Leave me alone. But no, I love all you guys, and the mods do a great job. And I just love when Big Girl calls in and you and her get this going back and forth. Oh, I sit there and crack up. My husband's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, ST and Big Girl. He's like, who?
Yes.
But I just wanted to call in and just say I'm very proud. Keep up the good work, and I'm here. Lock my number in. You have me.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks. I'm going back to listen in. But I love you. All right.
I love you too. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Right. Bye bye. BJ said, "Great caller. We love you." Yes, we're getting family all over, you guys. The topic, I'm glad she called in. The topic is eat the meat and spit out the bones. So we were talking about some of the things that was in the live yesterday. And I like when you guys call in. I do. I like when you guys call in and give me some input and stuff. She said, "Yeah, Big Girl is funny." Yeah, Big Girl is funny. Tori said, "I tell my kids, don't be a bully, be a friend." Anyway, some of the comments that was left in the comment section, you guys. I know you guys wasn't up this morning, 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. We had a live this morning. We locked it down because it was a little personal. It was about, I let y'all get in my feelings early in the morning when I'm just chitter chattering, trying to stay up, trying to make sure the dog gets put out so he can poop, and then my husband can relax. He haven't been sleeping well with this corona thing going on. He just feels so drained going out there. I don't know what's in the air, but he didn't sleep last night, so he's trying to. He said 5 minutes, but I'm letting him sleep on in. So some of the comments, some people was leaving some comments. Now I didn't write the comments down, but I could share some of them with you. First of all, somebody left a comment and was like, they were talking about Angel's age. They basically said, let me pull it. Let me pull it up because I left it on there, and I left it on there for a reason. Not to pull it up, but I'm gonna pull it up because people be, I didn't say that. I said, and I'd be like, what? Why be so rude? My goodness. So, here it is right here, you guys. Let me get the comment. Let me turn that off. The person said, and I'm gonna read some of the comments to you. So, so the comments I already pulled out is because we, I want you guys to keep respect when we have people come in and they're willing to answer questions. We don't want to push them out the door before they get in the door. Somebody, they just lying. They just did that. People ain't got nothing to lie about, to be honest with you. So I don't know where that come in. But I'm gonna read some of the questions. Some of the comments. So we got a young lady named Queen, because I know some of you guys don't read the comments, but I read every last one of them. She says, at least the guy being honest when he say he really don't know him like that. I think Trayvon Thompson is a devil and disgusting. The both of them, God will handle for sure. Then Shelley says, such a sad story. My heart and prayers goes to the family and friends. Dee Dee, she lives in Houston. That's the young lady that we shouted out before we first came in that wanted to give Angel a hug. I just know that's who she is. She says, he seems like a sweetheart and he does not look like he has an 18-year-old. Perfect match for Angel. I wish them well. Then Jennifer says, powerful revelations. This is almost a textbook case for the psychopath that leads to just such a case. Male was in CPS system, behavior issues, arrest records, violent, antisocial, probably was abused or neglected that became the oppressor. This is heartbreaking on so many levels. These are the things that make psychopaths and sociopaths. Then she also says, articulate, well spoken, and frank. I've gotten more clarity out of this interview than any other footage about the case. Clarity is a gift from God, so I am thankful for this brother stepping up and grateful for his perspective. Then Kappa says, Roy Sean and Angel seems like good, solid people. I love his laid-back demeanor, and I can tell he's a good parent. They cared for, loved, and took kids under their wings who aren't even biological related to them, and it sounds like they really love Maliyah. My heart breaks for them. It's a dang shame they couldn't have better together earlier. Trayvon wouldn't have thrived better as a child under their care. And on behalf of all the white people in the U.S. who are still fighting for your civil rights 200 years later, actually it's four, but I'm so sorry the police response was bullcrap. Regardless of what happened and the outcome, the police handled missing black kids completely different than white kids. It's disgusting, and so many of us are fighting for change. Now, I want to talk about that a little bit. And Kappa Cinco said that. Thank you guys for the super chat. I don't know who gave it. Diary said, I never knew how nasty the comments were until I was missing the lives. Girl, they be lit. Some of them comments be lit. They be talking about me, the person that we're interviewing. And you know what? Most of them is not family members that come in here wanting the meat. And if you don't hurry up and give it to them, they're mad. They're like, okay, we don't want to hear. First thing they said, you're disgusting, SP. You're showing your own commercial. What else am I supposed to do? The person that pays for that commercial, they supply the finances for us to stay live, to build this channel so that you guys can listen to it, pay the way. We don't ask nobody yet, because I told you guys it might be a time. So I'm never going to put it out there that we never will. But till 2 years, we have not asked for not one donation. Now we could say, hey, you guys can help. This is what we're trying to do. But we've not one time asked for a donation. So our sponsors pay the way, whether they're a family member and they come in and they give us super chats during our show, or they give us a contribution down the road, but they pay for us to have the phone lines. I mean, we got 3 phone lines. They pay for computers. They pay us a certain amount monthly. Sometimes not. We don't take it away. We continue because they're family. We say whatever you can do. And if you don't believe me, ask anyone that is a sponsor. Whatever you can do. And so we make sure that every chance that we get, that we do shout them out. Especially Nora's Closet, Nora's Authentic Designer Handbags. And that's why we push it. We don't push it because, we get money. No, we already going to get that. That's already written. That's a contract that we cannot break, no matter what. So anytime that you come in here, expect to see Nora's Authentic Designer Handbags, because not only she is a sponsor, she is also family. And whatever, if any time we need anything, she has reached out her hand and helped. Without even asking, she has helped. So I give her the utmost respect, whether she's making a penny or not. I heard sometimes months can go by. And that's why I tell you guys, go over there, check her out. Go over there just because your family, go over there. Support her. Even though you don't have no money, just go over there and do some window shopping, because you might see something that's cheap enough, $5, $10 or something. If you talk to her, she'll say, where you come from? You say, SP News Nugget, I'm a warrior for children. She'll be like, oh, you want that? You want that? Okay. Well, I can't give it to you, but we can work on it, because, she had to pay for it. So therefore, we got to pay for it. So that's why we do those. And then you see people in the chat like Kathleen. She said, keep up the good work, SP. Super chat. Let's keep up the good work. God sees all our good works. These are super chat. And then when we come into a situation where we have to conversate for like travel or time or something, that's where that goes. That's where that goes. Okay? So anyway, she said, SP, awesome interview. And the gentleman stepped up to defend his wife. He sure did. I don't know what was going on with that, Betty, but something had happened. He said, that's why I came on the channel. So I was like, I don't know if, someone was going to jump off, but it didn't. And I appreciate him coming on there. But, so some people were mad that, oh, that is so tacky. You start off, yes, if you have 3, 4, 5, 700 people in the chat, why would you not put your sponsor out there that puts you out there, whether they make a dime, a penny, or anything? Why would you not? That's business. Everybody, if anybody don't know that we do that. She lets us make our own decisions over here. However, there is still written in stone contracts of things that we have to do. Now, I don't have to explain it to anybody because that's how we have it set up. But I'm letting family know, you guys know, that's what we have to do. And the best thing, if you want to help, if you don't want to give a donation over here, fine. Go over to Nora's Authentic Designer Handbag and go buy a handbag or something. And there's one person called me the other day, said, I'm buying a handbag or 2 pairs of shoes, and I'm sending them to you, and you can give them to your people. Sure did. Sure did. I kid you not. Anyway, so when people don't understand why we do how we do it over here, we have to do it that way. We have to shout out certain ones, especially at certain times. That's why you always hear me shout her out at the beginning and end, because in the contract it's like every 30 minutes or whatever. That's why I have to stop sometimes, and it may even go over. She'll never come to me and say, you went 2 hours and you never said nothing. You forgot to say anything about, you know. she knows, she knows we in here for the babies, you guys. She knows, without a doubt in her mind. She knows. We will, we trying to get justice. We trying to help however we can. And, because we're not here on this earth for us. I mean, it's okay to be happy, but actually, you're here to help one another. And if you think I'm wrong, you go back and read scriptures, and you figure it out. You can do well, but we're here for our brothers and sisters. And I'm not talking about your biological brothers and sisters. So another person made a comment, and what they said was, I thought this was a Christian channel, owned and operated, but you don't have to be a Christian to be in here. Actually, I know quite a few people in here that don't believe in God, and that's okay. That's fine for them. Nobody said that this is a group that you have to be one race or the other, one religion or the other, one gender or the other. No, no. Male, female, white, black, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Japanese, whatever. Fine, a Christian, non-Christian, or whatever. So she actually said, and I took the comment out. It's not in there. I took the comment out because I wanted to speak with you guys and tell you guys, because just because this we love the Lord. Some of us do, some of us don't know, some of us just don't believe. That's fine. But okay, put it like this. Like I said, the channel holder, which is me, myself, I am a Christian. And I do love the Lord. And I have compassion for his people. But this channel is for the babies. This channel is for the babies. So I have compassion for the ones that did what they did, or allegedly did what they did, Trayvon and Simone. But when you do things, it doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or not. There's consequences in your actions. The baby is the innocent one. You feel me? The baby is the one that cannot defend for themselves. Either her or him, they cannot defend for themselves. Them grown-ups, whether they 15, 20, 21, with a hard life, had a option. They had more than numerous times to get help, to stop doing drugs, to stop beating on that child, tell the truth. And they cost people down there in Houston lots of money, lots of tears, lots of anger, lots of everything. Looking at this person, did you take the baby? That person, the gypsy, did you take the baby? That person, oh, The people that own the complexes down there, they have a sexual uh they have sex trafficking down there. So we're looking at them. We You think we wasn't? And then the mom knows the whole entire time. The mom knew the whole entire time. And then people say, well, you should have some sympathy for the mama because she was beaten. And if you was in my live early this morning, you guys know I have sympathy for the mother because, you know, I know it's hard to get out of something, especially you feel like you can't go here or there's a reason why you don't or whatever. But there comes a time in your life that, when you make a mistake to correct it or move around, just move around. And there's all kind of people in this world. You go to one person, they won't help you. You go to another person, they won't help you. There's certain things you could do. You don't want to do those things. Shelley says, Roshan was very forthcoming. I enjoy his Angel's interview. There's so many things you can do. This is not back in the 90s, in the 80s, where you had nowhere to go. You do have shelters. You do have battered women programs. You do have a mother. Maybe you don't want to come in at 10. And maybe if you didn't have, you know, the younger women, when you are a mother, and just because you're a mother, your mother still is your mother. So unless your mother's not doing the right thing in helping you, I mean, it's not her job to help you. But I mean, if you can't go to your mom, there's always, the Lord always puts somebody there to help you. Now, Trayvon's stepmother and his stepfather was there. And he still did what he wanted to do. He was going to beat that woman into submission. She had opportunities. Even, you know what though? When he said, when Roshan said that he didn't come home, then he turned around and said, well, I came home, but I came home late. So they were having problems with something that he had did or whatever. Not getting off into their relationship. We're just talking, you guys. So he came home late. And he knew he was late. So he takes the lipstick and he writes on the mirror, I love you, honey. You know. Whatever. He stayed at his friend's house and watched a basketball game. He probably want to come home because they were laying there or whatever. Or, whatever's going on in their house. He did what he did. So he tried to make up. He wasn't going nowhere. He just probably, sometimes men do some things you don't understand. But he loved his wife. And so he wrote on the mirror, I love you, honey. Not like Trayvon, but you know what I'm saying, you guys. And Coco, we're going to get to that bloody towel. We're going to get to that bloody towel. And then it's there for a couple of days. And then one day, it's all smeared. So they was like, well, did you smear it, honey? Like, maybe you didn't like me saying how I'm trying to ask you for forgiveness or whatever. But you done smeared the mirror or whatever. And she's like, no, I didn't do it. So to come to find out, and I don't know who said what or how, but Sahara / Simone says he pushed my face up against the mirror. Yeah. So that lets you know he liked it that control, aggressiveness. And I'm going to tell you something, you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Some women likes that. Some women likes that. You got to beat me if you love me. Why did he choose that spot to push your face? He probably was like, look at you. You know, usually men like that is like, look at you, you ugly. You got big lips, you got big nose, you got, you don't got no hair, you this, that, and the other. Girl, you guys know how that works. And she's all in the mirror. And then after that, after they done fought and everything, they go in the bedroom. And then she's like, and then she say, I love you, honey. He was in control, yes, SB. They love it, so sad. He tried to mess her face up. Or just to be controlled, SP. He probably envy his mom relationship. Yeah, he could. Lower her self-esteem. Yeah, yeah. They were saying she was throwing up. She may be prego. If she is, if I was Angel, she would sign all her rights. She may be prego. She may be prego. But it just seems like he likes to have the control. He's the man. And but someone didn't tell him or put in his head, a woman, she'll let you control her if that's what she allowed. Just like a man. And someone said this on a page the other day, you guys. And I seen it for myself, and I wonder if it's true. She said, "You must have missed the whole Michelle. You must have missed the whole live yesterday. It's almost a 3 hour live. You're gonna have to go back, but we're gonna talk about the bloody towel." But anyway, somebody said this, and I thought about it. A man or a woman cannot be kept if they don't want to. It's not your looks. It's not your coochie. It's not your wet. It's not. It's not. It's not. If they don't want, now they be with you. They might cheat and all this other stuff, or they might just get what they want or whatever. But unless they want to be kept, that's the only way they're gonna be kept. You guys understand that? So that's why I teach my daughters and my sons, you know, that person want to be with you, they be with you. If they don't, it ain't about, people talking about, I got that long dong, ding dong. No, yeah, but there's some more out there too. Some Donkey Kong out there too, you know, you know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, there's always somebody out there that's got it better. So if your relationship is is because of that, it won't grow. You got to have respect for each other, and you don't have to have a low self-esteem. You're not going to look the best. There's always going to be somebody out there that looks good, that's got nicer hair, got the good hair, got the silky hair, got the nicer complexion, got no pit holes, no marks, scratches, or whatever, got the beautiful lips or something, or the pretty deer eyes or something, or whatever. Don't do that to yourself. Stop competing and comparing yourself to what the world says you're supposed to be or another woman. Because guess what? You are perfect the way that the Lord made you. You are perfect. You are supposed to be who you are. Just tell me. And the reason why I say that is because when I used to work in I used to work in this one area where it was hospice. I was a hospice nurse before I went into pediatrics. I was doing pediatrics at the same time, but I did more hospice because they paid what they weigh. They do. And so I went to this one home, and let me tell you guys what happened. And then we're going to get on the towel. But I went to this one home, and there was a lady there, an older lady. Really, my phone does some crazy stuff. Y'all just hang on in there with me. But so you having to love yourself. Yeah, you gotta love yourself. And no matter what nobody say, you might have a big nose. Love that big nose. You might have some big boobs. Love that big boobs. People be talking about your boobs is big as big. Husband love my boobs. Y'all leave him alone. He say he love them. You ain't gonna get that man to say he don't, cause that's what he say he likes. Now a woman may sit there talking about they big. I be like, whatever. Thank you, thank you, cause you ain't the first one that done said it. He done said it, and another done said it. Why you mad? Why you over here looking at me, telling me what I got big or what I got little, or whatever? That don't make no sense. Yes, he put a ring on it. Yes, he did. Now, I'm supposed to be sitting here mad because this is what the Lord gave me. I tried to chop them off one time. They came back. I'm supposed to have them. I'm sorry. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I went to this lady's house and she was dying. So when I got there, they told me how much morphine to give her because she was pretty much dying. And the lady said, okay, so I'm there with her for about 3, 4 hours. After about 3, 4 hours, a woman and her husband comes in, and she's like, they rushed in the house, and they was like, oh my God, they thought their mom was there by herself. And she was like, I'm so happy that you here. She wasn't here by herself. And I was like, of course. And it was one of my children's birthday, but I was called in on a day that I was off. And I said, I didn't want her to be here by herself. So I'm going to stay here through it out until the other nurse can get here because there's a certain amount of meds we got to give her to make it comfortable. Tori said, laughing out loud, I never had big breasts. My sister does. I'm fine with it. Have a mouthful. Anyway, well, there's men that likes big butts. There's men that like big women. There's men that like, all different. I mean, and there's women that likes that. It's it's just this is for me. This is for me. So I had to learn to love myself, regardless what somebody say. But what's for you is for you. But anyway, I the lady came in and she was talking. She says, "Honey, go to the sandwich place and get her something to eat. She's been here all day." And I said, "No, no, no, because we can't take gifts." So I said, "No, no, 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 no. This is story time, you guys. We haven't had story time in a minute." So she's like, "Yes, we got to get you something." And her husband was like, "What do you want? What do you want?" I was like, "No." He said, I know what I'll do. I'll get you something." He leaves, and I'm like, I wasn't married at the time. Donkey Kong. Purple, get your mind out the gutter. Purple and gold. And so we sitting there. We were talking. I wasn't married at the time. I was in between a relationship too. So I'm looking at her, and I'm like, wow. She was making phone calls. They own companies, businesses. And she was like, we're going to be out of town for a while. My mother's such and such and all this other stuff. And she pretty well off female woman. She was Caucasian. And she was beautiful, you guys. She was beautiful. She had the long, pretty blonde hair. She had the pretty kind of greenish, bluish eyes that sparkle when you look at her. I mean, the real kind of, not the kind of just the dull kind. I'm talking about the ones that just pop out at you. And I mean, she was looked young, beautiful, pretty, and everything. Her body was just, she was just right up here, right back there, small in the waist. She was just so nice, so kind. Everything was just, and I looked at her. I looked at her, very beautiful woman. She was Caucasian, very beautiful woman. And I said, I didn't say it out loud, but I said to myself, I said, God, I said, she's beautiful. This is what I said. I said, she's beautiful. She got it. She's very successful. They got a business. They got 2 or 3 businesses. And I said to myself, I said, I wish I was her. I said that. I said, I wish I was her. And then her husband came back and he had probably about 8 or 9 sandwiches. And I'm looking at him like it's only but me, her, and him. And he was like, which one do you want, SP? And I'm like, well, why did you buy 8? He was like, I didn't know what to get you. Whatever you need, whatever you want. And we want to make you comfortable. And I said, well, just the ham and cheese sandwich, the club ham and cheese sandwich, no big deal. And then I got you some chips, and I got you some juices, and I got you some licorice, and I got you some candy, and then we're going to order some pizza if you want some pizza. Do you want whatever you need? And then he said he had to go and handle some business because something went wrong on the vehicle or something. So he left. My son is calling me. And so he called. Hold on, you guys. So he said, I asked him, my son ain't called me in a long time. Hold on. He always call me when I'm on this phone. I don't know. Just gave him, he just texted me. He said, call me when you get some time. I just gave him this other phone number. Anyway, he said, I was talking to his wife. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. The purchase price on what title? Do I got the title? Okay, hold on. Let me go get it. Um, um, 1,000. Okay, you're welcome. Bye bye. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. So anyway, so the woman, the woman, I was sitting down talking to her, cause I was like, she was so thankful that I watched her mom, and I was giving her morphine, and we had to increase it and everything, and then I finally asked her. I said, you're so beautiful, and how'd you get where you're at? And she said, SP. She said, I said, wow. I said, I would love to have a husband that's there for me like your husband, and have a business and don't have to worry about what we gonna eat or how much money we come in. You got everything. You beautiful. And she said, SP, she said, this is my second business. She said, this is my second marriage. She said, and this husband cheated on me with the secretary. She said, at the same time, I had breast cancer, and they chopped off my breasts, Right then, I thought to myself, I don't want to be her. I don't want my breast chopped off. I did not want to be her. But she said, I had my breast chopped off, and my husband cheated on me, and he's got a child. She can't even have kids. And I thought to myself, oh, no, I don't want to be her. I definitely don't want to be her. And she said, she said, I just keep the faith. And she says, I'm not even clear from the cancer yet. And she says, my mother, is dying. So people do think that I have it good. She said this. She said, people think that I have it good. But she says, I have nothing but my life. And I'm going to live it. That's what she said. And I'll never forget, like I said, when I looked at this woman, I looked at her like she got everything. And when she told me I would not want to be in her shoes, I would not want to be in her shoes. I don't want my breast chopped off. I don't want to have cancer. I didn't want my mother was still living at the time. I don't want my husband cheating with the secretary and got kids and you still got to endure all this. Yeah, you got money. That's all you got is money. You never know. You're right, Benita. You never know what a person go through. So anyway, love yourself because somebody may be wishing that they were you. Well, it's okay. Like don't be jealous. You can say, "Oh, she pretty." I don't want to take what she got, but I would like to have, you know, a nice car or a husband or a relationship or lose weight or grow hair or, you know, finish college, have a baby. Don't envy other people. Don't envy other people. Because you might get what you asking for. You might get what they got. Rhonda said, I just found 2 lumps in my left breast. I have to go get a mammogram. ASFP. Oh, I'm sorry, Rhonda. Well, I hope it's nothing. Right. Money doesn't bring happiness. A lot of people think it do because they got the money. You looking at them because they got the money and they got the cars and the houses and the husbands and stuff. You don't know what that woman going through. You don't know if she getting beat upside her head, getting cheated on, got kids, 5 different shoot secretary and next door neighbor and the mailman. You don't know. You want what that person got? Do you really want what that person got? Because a lot of women are look at this woman, and while they sitting there hugging each other and everything, like, oh, they really together. Nobody didn't know that this woman was getting beat down, getting getting beat. Her child got beat, and she sat up there and was smiling and crying and hugging him. Oh, he loved me, baby. You know, crazy. And let's jump on the topic with the towel. Didn't you guys think? First of all, it was disgusting. It was disgusting, family. First of all, my mouth dropped. My mouth, he said when he said that there was blood on that they were in the bed in her bed. Definitely prayers are going up for Rhonda. she was praising him, praising how he wasn't in police custody. Yes. Lisa said, trifling. I will say after turning 50 this month, I realize how I'm finally a, at peace with everything about me. Yes, Jenny. Sometimes it takes us a long time. It took me a long time. That's why people can say anything about me and it don't bother me. It do not bother me what they think of me. They need to find them some business. Explanation of the towel made me physically ill. How in the world of that as a lie? She told them that when she's on her monthly, she puts a towel between her legs. Now, family, people are like, oh, that's just gross. That's just that. Now, I know. Some people put towels. They don't have the money to go buy uh, pads or whatever. She lies saying big she walks around with the towel between her legs when she on her pad. So you that lazy to put a tampon or pad on? She probably couldn't afford them, Coco. She probably could not afford them. There's a lot of women that do that. I know them personally. There's women that they will put toilet paper between their legs. They will steal your tampons and their pads. You guys know it too. You guys know it too. Shelly said it tripped me out. Miss Witz, happy birthday to you. Yes, and them laying in that baby's bed. I was like, wait. Hey, this is SP.
Miss FP,
Yes.
I love your show. I got so much respect for you and the family, but that's nasty. Ain't
I,
no getting around it. That's nasty.
I know it's nasty, but people do it.
No. You can't. This one you can't get out of. No. And then leave it laying around. No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
sorry.
I know.
Oh,
I know. I know people
that's
do it.
all I called to say. I couldn't type that in. I mean, protection don't give you the.
Have you ever been in a woman's bathroom and you see stuff all laying around? You see it all the time. It's gross, but they do it.
I get that, but you left the towel laying out. You didn't try to disclose it. You didn't put it in a trash bag.
But
You just left
but
it.
but the ideal of that was it wasn't her towel from her menstruation blood.
Exactly. And I get that too. But I just wanted you to hear. If that happened, I wanted you to hear. Because you can't hear the text. You can't hear your voice in the text.
Right.
That is the case. That's nasty.
Right. It is. It's nasty.
Probably untrue, but just to come out your mouth and say that.
Yeah.
I didn't give
Well,
you the best.
I think she was trying to tell them, like say that lie, like maybe they wasn't gonna check the blood because that's her period blood or whatever. Maybe they wasn't gonna check the blood. They were gonna check that blood. But you know what I think? To get a blood check, it don't take that long. They already knew and they can check that blood, especially a homicide. They checked that
Yeah.
blood. They
That's why.
knew that was that baby's blood. And you
Yeah.
hear what he said? He said it was a lot of blood. So if it was a lot of blood, why were people looking so confused?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't disclose a lot of the information. I don't know. I'm listening
No,
in.
this is the day of.
I know.
This is the day of. It was a lot of blood on the bed and on the towel. With that right there,
I wonder why the neighbors didn't say that in such a when they went into the house. Like, look at this nasty bloody towel. Because the neighbors was ratchet with it when they went in.
oh well, we seen the bed and the bed didn't have a sheet on it. They probably took the police probably took all of that.
And the towel. That's probably why the neighbors didn't see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because remember the bed didn't have a sheet or nothing. And they were like,
Yeah.
there was no sheet or anything. They didn't already took it.
Yeah. Okay. See, that's why it's good to listen. Learn to listen and listen to learn.
Right.
I'm get off this phone. I got a few visitors just popped in. But
Yeah.
I just share that. I'm listening.
But she had the nerves to tell them that that was her blood because when she's on her period, she puts a towel between her legs.
Out of backhanded to even tell me something like that, especially a man. I gotta go.
Okay. I hope he didn't mess with that baby. Ronnie, I hope he didn't either. Some people were feeling that. Like I said, some people were. Jenny said, SP, they knew early on. I would have been looking at them side eye. Right when I seen the blood. You talking about your baby come up. That's my dog snoring, you guys. But you say your baby come up missing at the park, but all this blood, you gonna tell me it's her period blood, but it's in the baby's bed? In the towel? Yeah. T-Star, they got the towel. Timmer said, sound like another lie. What God has for you is for you, and what God has for me is for me. Yes, purple and gold. Your dark snores lie. Yeah, he does. Some people don't believe it's him, but it is. God is going to get them. I pray for her every night. Well, that's what somebody was saying. Like, if this is supposed to be a Christian channel, why is it that we want so much revenge and anger and stuff? Well, you know, how you doing, Naisha Middlebrooks? She said, good afternoon. It's only but 11 here. We want justice. There is a difference. Facts and fiction. Facts and fiction. Facts, not fiction. Oh, she said facts, not fiction. Okay. And that Cornell man knew all this info, I bet, is why he didn't mess with them. Right. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. I mean, be honest. Any of you guys went in there and seen blood on the baby's bed and a bloody towel, and she's sitting there talking about they come from my period. But they sitting up in the bed holding each other. Me love you, honey. I love you, honey. Justice isn't revenge. Okay, got some other stuff had to happen to that baby other than them beating her. That's not what I meant. Okay, Tracy. I don't know what I said, but straight up nasty. Big girl, go eat sweetie. It's not about revenge, it's revelation in every story. Revelations. And the baby was naked. Yeah, the baby was naked. Now, he didn't have to do the the in her area. He could have been making her do you guys know what, you know. He could be making her do that and then went off. I think that baby was going through a lot of stuff. There are reusable pads that they make. Ooh, I don't know nothing about that, Coco. I think she thought it would gross out the cops by saying that. Sorry, they see the most unimaginable, horrific things. Yeah, right. Why was the baby naked? Good afternoon, Jeanette Daniels. How you doing? How your daughter doing? My stomach turned a 360. Yes, so quick to lie about where the blood came from says a lot. She protected Trayvon more. That's so sad. Yeah, she was in protective mode. But when she came in that courtroom, she was like, I don't know. She was like, they've been talking to her, talking to her. They got them both arrested. They ain't playing with you now. First she thinking, oh, they just gonna arrest me, give me a bond, and let me go. They ain't got the, they ain't, that ain't the baby. That ain't, they just saying that's the baby. They just saying that's the baby. They covered up that baby, and he got to talking. Now here's the weird thing. What if it really wasn't the baby? Cause they didn't let nobody see. And now Trayvon done told. Maybe they they put the baby in the bayou. I mean, act like it was a baby in the bayou and was like, we found the body. And then he's like, oh. Then they go and arrest him. And then he just start talking. Now they can go to the storm drain and go get the baby. You never know, you guys. I'm just saying. Being a Christian doesn't mean a person isn't human and have emotions. God is so unpleased. Yes, he is, Deborah. If she had recently had her period, then why would she be thinking she's pregnant and taking a pregnancy test? I think she want to be pregnant so bad because she thinking if she pregnant, she ain't gonna do no time. But they'll let that young lady have that baby, and she gonna have to get. Tamara came in here, and we went to buffering. How you doing, Tamara? Taplin. Why am I in timeout? Please tell me. April, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But he didn't confess until he got locked up. Exactly, Marina. That exactly. Yes, you late. It's 18 minutes in the hour. We finna get off of here. Because we've got a 5 o'clock show. And she says, okay, I'm back. You okay? My sister had a baby in prison. Veronica. Yeah. Deliver on that prison floor. Why have new when you all killed her baby? Salam. 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 Thank you guys for hitting those thumbs up as you come in. It is so pleasant when I don't have to say, y'all hit the BJ. Got us buffering. It wasn't me buffering that time. It is you now. Look at you buffering now. I been in timeout and blocked for no reason. Marina, who's blocking you? Tell me who's blocking you. Anytime somebody get blocked, tell me who's blocking you so I can go back and look at it. Because I don't let people just block. I mean, I let the mods put you in timeout. But when we have a really aggressive chat going on, especially when it's 900 people or whatever, we know we're going to have a lot of trolls. So it get kind of heated. And we just don't want people to come in and disrespect the guests. Uh-huh. When she said lock y'all doors, she talking about when they turn into the natty. What? When they high on them drugs. I don't know, Marie. I'm trying to read what you say, but I can't. I couldn't see it. Just told me I was in timeout. I promise I didn't disrespect nobody. But sometimes, April, most of the time, it's usually a mistake, and then people get upset about it. But we're trying to make sure how. So don't worry. If you didn't say anything, it's probably a mistake. Sometimes when I try to touch one person and then the chat move up and I get somebody else, it's a little bit too late. And we be like, we sorry. So that's why I try to just like, hold on, you guys. And when I see something, she said, sorry, I meant nasty alter alter ego. Okay. I didn't know what you were saying up there. You said something. I was like, what? Okay. It was because they had a pic video of him. He knew he had been caught, so he decided to throw her under the bus first. But Trisha, what if they really didn't have a video of him? Or maybe they did. Maybe they did. I can't comment and chat on my iPhone, and I don't be disrespectful to anyone. Why you can't chat on your iPhone? Little flames being to the light. Anyway, you guys, I am going to get off of here. Make sure you guys go to Nora's Authentic Designer Handbags. The link is in the chat at www.trayz/closet Nora's 915. Please check her out. Hey Bella, how you doing? We finna get off of here. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up as you guys come in or go out. You guys, I will see you at 5 o'clock. I'm gonna see if we can get that other interview. We may get it, we may not. We'll see. She said, "Snipers in the bushes." I love me some SV. Hey Zan, how you doing? I love you too. Have a good day, everybody. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.